Hello and welcome to the Weird Lone Girl Podcast. I'm your host, Frank Gray. And of course, we are here with the Weird Lone Girl herself, Katie Lewis, and a very special guest and a great friend of mine and the show, Michelle Perez in the house. Michelle, how's it going?
It's great. It's fantastic.
For the viewers, you got to understand, like, when Michelle first got in the business 22 years ago, I was there and we were doing business together. Like,
yeah,
she says I did her first loan. So
yeah, you did. And many after that, too. It was many that even first year. Yeah.
So, yeah, we go back. We got some history. And I got to tell you, first of all, I'm just going to, Katie, we got to give her the round of applause for her success. Just incredible success that you've had. It's been so neat over the past 22 years to watch Michelle Perez go from being that new agent in the office to being like, God dang, that Michelle's got it going on, man. What's that chick eat for breakfast? Because something's happening over there. I mean, let's just talk about who you are. So 22 years in the business. You work at Remax Gold in Fairfield, California. In 2022, closed 63 transactions.
Yeah, our team, actually, not just me. It's our team.
Your team, yeah. Right? You're on your team, right?
That's right.
Do you head up your team? Are you the boss?
Yes. I'm the team leader.
You're the boss.
Of course
They're your deals. 63 transactions, and then you were saying probably, for you anyway, about a 70-30 seller to buyer ratio, something like that. But wow, what great numbers, Michelle, for you and your team. Congratulations. I mean, that is just really, really phenomenal. So, all right, let's go. So, Katie, what is the first question for Michelle?
All right, first question. What strategies have been most effective for you in generating leads and closing deals?
Strategies. Most effective.
The most effective one is hiring a marketing assistant.
Oh,
that's what brings in the business, really, is my marketing assistant. So I don't do it myself, but we set a budget and we set a plan and we execute and we follow it all the time. So we check in every week to make sure we're on top of things.
Okay, so all right, let's dissect this. All right, so we've hired a marketing assistant. Now, Michelle, is this a virtual assistant or is this somebody full-time in the office kind of a thing? What is it?
She's my virtual assistant. She's in Reston, Virginia.
Okay, but she's in the States. So
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So but a virtual assistant, she's out of Virginia. And so kind of, and you said you set a budget and you check in on this plan every single week and you make sure that these things get done. Like, what kind of things are in this plan? Like, what's happening? What's she doing for you?
So we're really big on touching our database, and then I do a little variety of everything. I have a networking plan with all my partners that I've developed relationships through the different organizations that I've been a part of. As you know, I've held a lot of leadership roles in different organizations, so I stay in touch with all those agents across the nation, and then I have farming. And so I always try to make it a point of hitting them up like at least 30 times a year.
Okay.
Our goal is more, but it's 30 for right now.
And that's on the farm?
That's on my contact, my database.
Everything.
My sphere of influence, everything.
30 times a year. 30 times a year.
That's right.
So, Katie, are you seeing a theme with all these top producers?
Database.
Yeah, database. And not only that, but Michelle's been heavily involved in leadership as well.
Yeah.
So what are the organizations, the leadership roles that you've played over your career, Michelle?
So president of the Northern Solano County Association of Realtors, president of our charitable foundation, president of our Housing American Families, president twice for our local network at Women's Council of Realtors, and district vice president for the state and governor for the state of Women's Council of Realtors for California.
Goodness gracious.
That's
quite
impressive.
a bit.
We give a round of applause to all of them.
There's a round of applause. And so just so you know, Michelle, like we this is a common thread that we're finding with people such as yourself, the caliber of agents such as yourself, is that you guys tend to be very heavily involved in these types of activities and becoming the president of, the board and all these types of things. It's just like, how does that get you? This question started with marketing activities, right? But how does that get you business by being so active in all of these things?
It's following your passion. I think it's innate of me to just always be in leadership. This is something that I've done since I was a child. I've always been homeroom president. Then I was editor of the newspaper. Then I was president of my class. So this is something that's already part of me. And I like to give back. I'm not fulfilled if I'm not giving back. And giving back to my own community makes sense. So if you're sharing your passion with like-minded people, we all become friends. And we're friends across the state, and we're friends across the nation. And what better people to do business with? So we stay in touch.
Yeah, I love it. On the marketing side of it, again, with your assistant helping you out, and so walk me through that again real quick. So you're staying in. Do you farm like areas, or is that part of this plan, farming particular areas locally, or is there like Facebook ads that are getting done, or Google ads, or are you doing paid advertising, things like that?
So I do a little bit of a lot, a little bit of a lot, Yeah. So yes, I do geographical farming using postcards, which also includes my database and the networking, and I'm on the social media. I'm doing videos more and reaching out to my friends and family, and just a little bit of everything. I'm on all the different websites, where profiles are up, so I'm there too. You'll find me there. What else? That's basically everything. And we have a marketing plan. So how many times I have to be touching these folks using the different media,
Who came
including
up with the plan?
Text messages, even videos, or mass mail, email, direct mail, a little bit of everything.
Who came up with the plan? Is this what your assistant came up with, or did you devise this plan and say, now you take care of it?
So I'll give all credit to Gary Keller.
Okay.
The millionaire real estate agent.
Yeah. Yes.
That book I picked up many, many years ago when I first started business, and we just kept trying to work it and just follow the plan. It's very basic. He does 33 touches, and he does an 8x8 plan. We just kind of followed it.
Wow. So
the book is already written. It was written over 20 years ago, maybe 20.
What's the title of the book again?
Real estate millionaire real estate agent.
I'll find it. I think that's what it is. I think I remember it.
By Gary Keller.
Yeah.
It's by Gary Keller. It's making $1 million, your first $1 million. So
yeah. All right. This is good to know. So you took this book at some point. How long ago did you find this book? And you were like, that's my plan. When was that? How long ago?
In the very beginning.
Yeah.
It seemed a little too big. It was big picture, and I just really quite couldn't get it. And I was working on my database, building up my database so that I can put this into play. And just a couple of years ago, me and my marketing assistant got together and it's like, let's pull it out again. Well, let's do this. So we put a budget together. And then we put the budget together, then we were able to decide postcards, social media, how much is it going to cost, ads on the internet, and then we just follow through with it every month. Yeah.
I love it. Fabulous answer.
We're all
Off to a
about
great start, Michelle Perez.
Yeah.
So what else you got, Katie? What's question number 2?
All right, question number 2. Do you have a niche that you use in your marketing?
Or niche, however you want to say it.
Niche.
I don't even know what that means, in marketing.
Like this, some people are like, I do horse properties. I'm your horse property person. Very niche-y. Do you do anything like that? Or are you just I sell real estate?
I had a very good broker mom, and she took all business. And she didn't say no to anybody. Mm-hmm. And so we didn't have a niche, and I kind of learned from her. Mm-hmm. And, and that's the infamous, Annie Vogelpool. You know what I mean?
I've heard of her. Yeah.
So really, I mean, I just followed her, and I do that still today. I work with everybody from mobile homes, condos, to luxury properties, to military relocations, to first-time home buyers, to senior relocations. It's all about the people. It's, and it's not about the economics involved with it. It's all about caring for the people, and I care about everybody. So no nudge.
Love it. Okay, good. Love it. All right, Katie, number 3. Question number three.
What is your favorite marketing method or platform?
Yeah, so, out of the things that you do in your marketing plan, is there anything in there that sticks out like, oh, I love doing that, or that one's really good, that one seems to bring the most stuff in? Is there something in particular?
I would say my client appreciation events.
Really?
Yeah. Last night we held a Taco Tuesday. And
Taco Tuesdays.
I want to be a past client just to get invited to that.
Did you have crunchy tacos?
I had like 4 types of meat for the tacos.
But were they crunchy?
They were good. No, they weren't crunchy. They were soft. And then the pit was all nice and warm, and they loved it. You know what?
I love Taco
was expecting them to just come and go, grab a plate, put a foil on it, and run. But they stayed, and we had a good time. And
so these are your clients, your past clients.
Yeah.
So where did you hold it? Where was it at? Did you already say that?
I held it at our office in Fairfield at Remax Gold.
So tell me how you did it. So was it a mailer invite? Did you do phone calls to also encourage them to come down?
It was a 5-week plan. We had a 5-week plan.
5-week plan.
Every week, my marketing assistant gave us a calendar on what we were going to do. So the 5-week plan was on a calendar, and we executed it every week. We did something different to contact them, to build up the RSVPs. Then we put a deadline. Then we did follow-up.
And how many showed up? Roughly.
Almost, it was over 40 people.
No way.
Yeah, it was good.
That is fantastic. And you guys hung out and ate tacos and shot the breeze. And
with no tequila.
No tequila.
I think we'll have to bring in that next time, but no tequila. It was all good. It was all good. It's all you can eat. All you can eat are. So it was good.
Man, I got to get on that list.
Yeah.
Michelle. I got to get on that list. I love Taco Tuesday. What a cool thing, man. What a very, very... Now, I just got to ask, everybody was there. You're shooting the breeze with people. Any potential deals?
Oh, yeah. I got a listing appointment tomorrow.
Shut your face right now. Are you serious?
Yeah, I do.
It's amazing.
I wasn't even expecting it.
the power of tacos, man. It's something that needs to be recognized. It really does. Michelle, that is amazing.
Have taco emojis dancing across the...
Yeah. Like that.
That is so cool. How often do you do client appreciation parties like that?
Our goal has been like 4 times a year, and we just started it.
Yeah.
But it started with Pie Days. I would do Pie Days on March 14th, and I would celebrate Heritage Day on Pie Days. And PI also stands for the Philippine Islands. And so one year I did the Filipino ensamadas, and they were baked, and they were really great. They were individually wrapped, and you got 6 in a box, and it had a ribbon on it. It was just all about thank you. Yeah, a lot of people. I sent out 100 of those signed up for that.
Woo,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Yeah, get us on that list. Just let us know when it's happening. I mean,
yeah, it's all good.
With my taco, I go, I knew Michelle when she just got started.
I think one of our favorites was the mini photos in the park, where I hired a photographer, and we did photos in October so they could use it for Christmas cards.
Aw.
That's a great idea.
That was good.
That's a great idea.
We got to move on to the next question. That is phenomenal. Great stuff, Michelle. That's what we were looking for. That is killer. Super cool. All right, what else you got, Katie? What's the next question?
All right. Can you share a specific example of a challenging transaction you navigated successfully and what you learned from that experience?
So you know what we're saying, Michelle? Like, tell us about one of those transactions that was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening right now. And like, you managed to get through it. Like, what happened and how did you get through it? And like, what'd you learn from it? And I know that's kind of off the cuff. You might not have, in real estate, especially as long as you've been doing, there's probably, a handful, right? So Is
and we
there
learn.
you can share with us that you think would be helpful for a learning experience for others?
Divorce. So you're working twice the time, twice on everything, because the people don't want to meet together. They don't want to sit at the same table, and they're fighting the whole time, sharing their stories, sobbing or fighting. They got white knuckles. You never know if they're going to hit you. You know, they never know if you're representing them fairly.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of trust issues on both sides. And, you know, I just, my background is working with attorneys for 14 years. So I got to witness a lot in depositions and in the courtrooms. And so, but I got to learn to just not only just be professional and have a business-like manner, be empathetic to the situation. There's people that are being affected here, you know, families and children and, you know, relocations. And so it's not just having that business hat on and just looking firm and just doing your job and having to fill out paperwork, but, you know, really have some empathy for what they're going through and be a good listener. You don't have to say anything. Just be a good listener. Learned a lot from divorces.
Yeah, and that's good advice. So if someone is in a situation where they're trying to sell a house, the people are getting divorced, be empathetic, right? Is your first word of advice, and
just listen to them, because listen. They got a lot to gripe about, and they just want somebody to hear their story.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be sitting with them for a while, but it's gonna be 2 times, not just one. So prepare and plan that you're not gonna get in and get out.
Gotcha.
You know, you gotta take care of your people.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to be sincere about it.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna spend some time with them, and just know if you're gonna take on something like that, you're gonna take on for a long time to be dealing with that. So be patient.
Good advice. Patience too. Yeah, I like that. It's not going to be, I'm going to go over and get some paper signed and get out of there. No, I'm going to go over and get some paper signed and spend some time, right? Spend some time, and then I can leave. Good stuff. Excellent. Great answer. What's next, Katie?
A realtor/counselor.
Isn't that true, Michelle? Isn't that true about realtor?
We are. I think we're more of a counselor than we are anything else. Yeah, we're teachers and counselors.
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
All right, Katie. What's next?
How do you stay organized and manage your time effectively?
That's a good one.
Miss Busy Lady doing 8 zillion
Everybody
things.
struggles with that, but I have been following the book 12-Week Year, and that book is all about time blocking.
Okay.
Totally about time blocking. And so what I do with my team is, when we did our business plan, we incorporated our business plan to follow that time blocking tips with 12-week year. And we are on top of our business plan, like literally every week, scoring ourselves, holding each other accountable to meet those goals every week for 12 weeks to get to our year plan.
All right. How many people are on your team?
I have 3 agents. And myself, I'm the 4th.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry to interrupt you. So the 12-week year, year.
Sure.
I mean, so you know what? We'll leave it there. Hey, man, if you want to know, so let me ask you this: is it working? Is it helping?
You know what? It helps me to be more disciplined and be more cognizant of the time I'm spending and where I'm spending it. But most important, it puts myself first. So if I have health needs, I have physical needs, I have, you know, grocery needs or anything like that, it's already time blocked in my schedule for the whole week. I need at least 3 hours to myself for personal time, for nails, for hair, for beauty, you know, making sure that I get my time in. It's already blocked off. My vacations, everything's already blocked off. So that 12-week, I block off all my time for every week. So I got myself first, and then I fill in everything around it to make sure that I'm taken care of and I'm healthy in the mind, the body, and the soul first before I get to anything else. So that's the way it really helps. It holds me accountable, but I can't do it by myself. So I need accountability partners.
And that's your team?
Yeah.
And then do you guys work off of a calendar, like a Google Calendar or anything like that, shared calendar, or do you have your own separate calendars, or how do you guys?
We have separate calendars, but some of us are on the Google Calendar as well.
Okay. All right. Good enough. Great stuff. All right, Katie, what's next?
All right. How do you approach client communication and manage expectations throughout the buying or selling process?
Absolutely. From the initial point of contact, we set parameters at that point in time, and we share our best business practices, and we find out at that time what's the best method of communication at all times. So I get everybody's telephone numbers, and if it's by text or whatever, but I also give them all of my telephone numbers and contacts, which includes my husband. So if I'm in a meeting, they know they can contact my husband. He'll find me, catch me, and he will make sure that I respond to them if it's an emergency. But most people respect my time when I'm with other clients because I already set these parameters, or at least this process, from the initial point of contact. So everything's already set in the very beginning.
This is it just came to my mind when you were saying this. Do you, Michelle, have is there a certain time at night where you shut down? It's like, I try not to work after 8 p.m. or anything like that. Do you kind of set those boundaries for yourself and for your people?
I set those boundaries with myself, but I don't share them with my clients. I mean, some of them have special circumstances,
right?
And I'll be made available. But for the most part, when I set our initial meeting, they pretty much respect who I am, and I share that with them. And I find that I have better clients when we set these expectations in the very beginning. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, cool. What's the next question, Katie?
All right, next question. Do you get repeat business and or referrals from past clients? And if so, how do you stay top of mind with your database?
I think we kind of covered that a little bit, but anything to add, Michelle?
86. 86.
What's that mean?
86% of my business comes from referrals.
No kidding.
Yeah.
86%.
Yeah, it's a pretty high percentage. I'm in touch with my database since I started it in 2001. I have been very consistent with it since, through the short sales, through the foreclosures, through it all. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
86%.
Databases of gold.
Unbelievable. Fantastic. Round of applause once again. All right, Katie, what's next? I love it. Great answers.
Okay. What advice would you give to new or average producing agents looking to increase their success in the industry?
Get a mentor. Hire a coach. Hire a coach. Okay. Don't do this by yourself. You could do the self-help, reading all the materials, watching all the webinars. You need a coach. You need someone to mentor you. And then, make sure you go over a business plan. Start with a business plan with that coach, and then have him or her hold you accountable to that business plan, pretty often, not once a year.
Yeah.
Because everybody writes it up and they toss it in the garbage can. Somebody needs to hold you accountable. And it's good. It's good. It's just like going to the gym, and they press you and they press you, and it's good. And you sweat and you sweat, and it's all good.
Ready to go. I'm doing some push-ups right now. Good stuff. Michelle, awesome answers, man. This has been so cool. Where are we at, Katie? What's next? I love it.
So Michelle, what areas do you serve?
Solano County, to include Benicia, Dixon, Vallejo, Vacaville, Fairfield, Sassoon, Rio Vista, and Winters.
Okay.
All right, great.
Nice.
And
all
then...
right, and what is the best way for someone considering buying or selling a home in the areas that you serve to reach you?
You can find me on the internet. You'll find me on Sell with Michelle, my website. Come visit our offices in Fairfield at Remax Gold on Oliver Road.
What about your phone number? Yeah, what's your number?
707-208-2557.
Beautiful. Michelle, thanks so much for doing this.
This was fun.
Oh, thank you for
That was
asking.
super cool, man. And you had
Oh.
really great answers. I love the client appreciation thing. Just blew my mind. That was it was all good, but that one just stood out like, man, I hear about this and I've heard about this and I've never really heard anyone say it to that degree that you've done. So I think that's
I
really
think
cool.
I'm gonna make tacos for dinner now. So
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so we'll start to get on out of here. Listen, for those of you watching, if you're a real estate agent, I hope you take heed to what Michelle had to say, and I hope it's very helpful to you. And we want to remind you that Katie and I, well, we do loans. That's what we do. So if you need help with that, just let us know. You can reach us at
Just
707.
love 'em.
You can reach us at 707-220-1444. We lend in all 50 states. We close on time. We have superior communication and unprecedented follow-up. We'd love to work with you. So with that, we'll catch you guys later here on the Weird Lone Girl podcast. Thanks, Michelle.
thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
All right, you ready, Michelle, for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Katie, lay it on us.
Okay. What do you call a man with no shins?
I don't know.
Tony. Toe.
Toe, knee.
Ah! Tony.
Tony.
I didn't even get that.
We're all coughing here. We got to get
Yeah.
out of here. Michelle, thanks. We'll see you later.
Thank you. Thank
Adios.
you.
No, thank you.
Thanks again.